my 1969 Chevy G20 Sportvan. It's definitely the weirdest thing I've ever purchased, and hopefully we're going to make a really cool project out of it. Cue my intro. Now, let me tell you folks, very honestly and truthfully, I definitely did not set out on Facebook looking for a 1969 van to buy. But sometimes when something really cool falls in your lap, you got to take advantage and see what you can do with it. Now we're going to do a quick walk around of the van and talk about some of the quirks and features and what needs done to it. Maybe we'll even get into a little bit of what my plans are, but generally I just want to talk about the condition of the van. So where do we start with the van? I purchased the van on Facebook Marketplace. I bought it from a guy right here locally to me. He was located in Bridgeport, West Virginia. The van, he bought it, I believe he said in Maryland, and he'd only bought it like less than a year ago and drove it all the way home from Maryland with no problems, and then immediately started having problems with it when he got home. So I bought the van in not running condition from him and had it towed to my shop. The problems it has, the transmission is currently not shifting properly. We think we can fix that pretty easy. And the brakes are almost not working at all. They work a little bit, but when I say a little bit, it's a very little bit. So let's do a quick walk around. You can see this front end. The whole van is definitely going to need a paint job. I wish I could just clear coat it. The problem is that the van was two-tone to begin with, to begin its life, and now like this front, the gray, you know, I think that piece has been replaced. When you get here on the side, you can immediately tell that the van was two-tone, and I found old pictures of those. I'll actually post one up here so you can see what that looked like. You see this body line right here, and also there's been a lot of body work, and there's some, you know, primer gray here, so that kind of what ruins the idea of just going with the patina. But above this body line was actually white. Maybe more of this door, because this looks really white here, I'm not sure. But you can see this line, and above this line, like around the windows, that was all white at one point. And it's almost kind of like bled down. There's a missing logo right here I wish we had. Hopefully we can find one of those online. One thing about this thing, for being a 1969, I'm just amazed at how little rust this thing has. There's almost no rust. The overall, you know, cosmetic condition, you can see on this roof there's a lot of, you know, patina type rust, but not like rusting through, which I'm not the smartest car guy in the world, but that seems like a lot less of a problem to me. Giving you a good look around. Pretty cool, like I call them like rally wheels. I think that's the correct terminology. You got the white letters on the tires, which I also love for an older truck like this. Van, I'm sorry. On the back, you got the spare tire. We do have a West Virginia plate on it right now. That belonged to the people I bought it from. I actually probably need to take that back to them. So anyway, more of the same on this side. You can see the two-tone is a little more pronounced here. You can see where it was a little better. It looked like somebody may have went back and repainted it on this side at some point. Wheels looking good. I mean, that is I think the correct wheel for this van. One of my big things when I fix these trucks up is changing out the wheels, but I think I'd be crazy to change out these wheels. So once again, on this side, missing logo. I hope we can find logos to replace those, but you can see it was a pretty cool logo. It's a shame it's gone. The flat front end, very unusual to drive. It feels like you're driving a school bus, like you're sitting clear at the front. Let's take a look in the back first. Sorry, I'm walking zigzags. Open up the back. And you know, when you buy something like this online, I think kind of the expectation is that the inside is going to be trash. But in this case, it's a little bit of a mess in here, but this has been kept in such good condition. So the people that had it before me had kids, and they wanted to be able to put a car seat in here. So he went to the junkyard and actually bought this. I just moved some stuff out of the way here. Actually bought this seat. I guess it was out of a minivan, he said. And his plan was to go ahead and attach this to the floor. But that's not done yet, so I guess this is a little cooler. Excuse me, because I'm actually exploring here with you almost for the first time. I've not done any kind of deep dive and really looked around this van. So they have built like this little cooler, and I think that's meant to sit up here behind the passenger seat. And that actually covers up where the battery is, so it's actually a great place for it. There's actually a little table over there too. I'm guessing this is the top for that. Yeah. All right. Here's a cushion. I bet that's for there. So you can see, I don't know what this bedding is made out of. Let's see here, just out of curiosity. This is like a bed sheet that's on here. Oh, it's actually like a seat out of a van. So they must have bought that from a different van. And you see there's paneling all across the front here. And these little doors open up, so you got lots of storage underneath. But anyway, this seat, like I said, didn't really belong here. It's just sitting here right now. But his thinking, the guy I bought it from, was to just mount it like right here like that. So then he had, you know, a legal seat with seat belts that he could put a car seat or a kid in and feel safer about it. I think he had a couple children. But when we start fixing this, I'll probably take that back out, just because it doesn't, I don't know, I don't think it fits the aesthetic of the van. So we got cute little cushions in here. Let's get up in here. Okay. All right. I mean, for a 1969, now I'm sure somebody's done a lot of work in here. This is probably not original. Like the headliner, there's a couple little dirty spots like right there. But you know, we have a good detail guy, Richard Hardy, and we also have an extractor we just got. So I imagine that'll clean up. But overall, I mean, this just looks spectacular. I love the pillows they went with. They look like license plates, which is really cool. And this one's actually like that too. I don't know why it has a cover on it. I don't know. I may be surprised when I uncover it. There may be something wrong with it, but let's uncover it and see. No, it's fine. So flip that over. Yeah, so license plates, Route 66. I mean, gotta give them credit for doing such a cool job here. The carpeting is very clean. It looks like a indoor-outdoor type, like commercial carpet they put in here. Looks really good. Nice job with that. All right, let's get up in the front, check it out. We'll start out here on the passenger side. Check out the interior. You can see seats, very good condition. Probably, I would say, obviously not the original seats. This seat belt, I don't know if that's original or not, but that's a weird seat belt. I don't even see a place to I don't even see a place to buckle up, so I don't know if that's even usable or not. Down here on the floor, you can see there's just some, just needs swept out here, but The floor is just metal up here. They didn't continue the carpet up here. I kind of wish they would have. We got a little, just like a little box. I guess this just sits here. Guess we could do something to attach that and make it a little more permanent, because it's nice having the cup holders there. But I imagine if you put a cup in it right now and went around the turn, it would just completely fly over. Little glove box. I don't know what this stuff is. Got a couple light bulbs in here. I have no idea what works and what doesn't, so we're going to be finding stuff out as we go here. You see they put the same carpeting here on the doors as they did on that headliner, and this has to be something newer. I can't imagine just how nice that material is and how nice it looks. There's no way that's original. Somebody had to do that. Obviously up here on the dash too, that has to be newer stuff. I mean, it doesn't look new, but it looks like late 80s, early 90s kind of material that was in all custom vans at the time. All right, let's walk around here to the driver's side. I really love, this is of the age group of Chevys that had the red logo. I don't know what year they changed over, but I know whenever I see lots of 60s Chevys, they have the red logo instead of the blue logo. So of course it has roll-up windows and lots of things that I don't know how to work. So I think this is the high beams. I'm 90% sure. I think it's funny that the antifreeze and fuses are all right here exposed. Nothing's hidden. You can actually see the antifreeze right there, right by your foot. Obviously, gas and brake. And I think this is I think that's the parking brake. Over here is the choke, which is interesting to me. You got 3 levers up here on the column. This is defroster. It says pull, air pull. Now I don't think that is like air conditioning. I think that is just probably a vent you're opening. And then the heat is this last one. It just says off, fan, and high. I don't know if you can make that out. Up here, this is the wipers and washers, and here's the lights. Now, one thing about this thing, I'll hop in here so I can get the good angle here. It's reading, make sure I get that so you can see it, 59,000 miles, and I've been told that that is correct. Now, I trust the people that I bought it from, in general. My concern is, I don't know what this button is I just pushed, but it's stuck when I pushed it. Oh, okay. So, don't know what that is. Don't push buttons, you don't know what they do. So, like I was saying, they say that 59,775 is correct. Now, my only issue with that is there's not a 6th digit there. I'll show you again. So is that 159,000, or is that 259,000, or 359,000? I don't see how we could have any idea of that. So, you know, with something this old, the DMV doesn't give their 2 cents on it, so who knows if that's right or not. For the sake of the video, I'm going to say I'm 40% sure that this only has 59,000 miles. More than likely, though, I think there's a very good chance that that's not the right mileage. Okay, so one thing super unusual about this van I want to point out is right here is the engine. Right beside you. And it's actually amazingly quiet in here when it's running. I mean, it's not quiet like a modern car, but I'll start it up here in a second. You'll see that it's really surprising that it's not more of an annoyance when it's on. I also wanted to show you right here, this is a choke. So I'm not real smart about chokes and don't know exactly how to use them. Just on lawnmowers and stuff, you know, and they're pretty self-explanatory. They tell you start it and then flip the switch. So I kind of am going by that same philosophy. Hopefully that's right. So let's see if it'll start up for us here. All right. So I just had it started a second ago, but Let's see if it's going to cooperate with me. Start up. Hey, no problems. So, let's talk about a little bit of math. I paid $4,500 for the van, and so far we have not invested any more money on it. Taryn has done some little adjustments to it, but nothing serious. Alright, let's go for a little spin here. We're not going to go for any long drives. I just want to give you guys an idea that I'm not completely crazy and it does actually run. Oh, these brakes are sketchy. sketchy brakes. It's actually making me think twice about going for a drive. Alright, well, let's see what happens. Maybe I'm just not used to the super old school style brakes that I feel like I push a lot further than normal. Okay, let's see here if we can turn. No power steering. All right. We are living that van life. All right, so we're just gonna go around the block and see what she does here. There we go, there we go. Those brakes. I definitely would not take this outside of Glen Elk. Glen Elk is my little industrial area here where both of my offices are. There's my real estate office right there. And our vintage variety car lot. It's the filming location of Hoopty in the Hills. So there we go. The van is on the road. I can 100% say it is drivable. So when I go start trying to sell this thing, I'm not sure I drive it any distance. And I have no idea what kind of speed it's capable of, but it can be driven. And like I told you, there is a transmission issue. It doesn't want to shift up to the next gear. It's a pretty long gear. I think it's only a 3-speed maybe. So first gear actually has enough that I can drive it at low speed like this, but it doesn't want to go to second. So you see right there around, I don't know, 20 miles an hour, you can tell it's wanting to shift and it's not doing it. We do have what we think is going to be an easy fix for that. Right here in the front, there's a cable that my mechanics tell me doesn't have enough tension on it. So what he's going to do is use a clamp, or not really a clamp, I guess. I don't know. He's going to affix this cable to a different place than where it is right now, and that should tighten the cable up enough that it has the ability to shift. So it's not like going to be a full transmission swap or anything like that. Oh man, these brakes are sketchy. I mean, I could stop, but I don't think I could, for the sake of a video, explain to you how hard and how far down I'm pushing the pedal. All right. So anyway, this is kind of a short video, but I just wanted to introduce the van to you, give you an idea of what we're going to be working on next, and I don't know, hopefully get you excited and hyped up enough to mash on that like button and then subscribe and tune in for the next video to see what we end up doing with the 1969 Chevy G20 Sportvan. So I'm gonna pull her back in the garage here. Well, folks, the story just changed. We interrupt your regularly scheduled program of the first video of the 1969 Chevy Sportvan with this. So we have a guy that lives right across the street that has a bunch of what I would call junk cars, and he had this one with no wheels on it. It was sitting up on blocks, not running, and he saw me drive the van when I was making the last video, and we started talking, and he offered to trade me this Mini Cooper All4, which is a turbo 4-cylinder. It is a 6-speed, and it has not run for 2 years. Big props to my mechanic, Teron Lackey, who was able to get it running immediately with a few small adjustments. Now, the brakes are probably going to have to be replaced. It's obviously going to need detailed. It is super grimy where it's been sitting so long. I don't know how well you can see the dirt. Right here across the front, there's some chips that have rusted. These headlights are kind of foggy. They may need replaced. But this is an S model. I'm gonna have to look up the stats, but I believe this thing to be like around 220 horsepower. I mean, this is a screaming little car. It is totally my style. We will do a deeper dive video later, but I'm just showing you the condition it's in right now. You can see the mold and grime there. You can see the toe points are missing out of the bumper, so hopefully I can find some of those online. The wheels are actually, wheels and tires, as run flat tires, they're actually in very good condition. They were inside because he was afraid someone would steal the wheels over here in this industrial area, and had taken the wheels off and had them inside his shop. It was actually sitting up on blocks. You can see the paint is just grimy as can be. This is going to be a big job for my detail guy. It's got the whole panoramic roof. That wheel, I don't know if that's just where it was sitting in something, or almost looks like rust water. But you see, it is the S model, which is the faster one. You can see pretty big crack on the windshield, so we'll have to get that fixed. There's another couple $100. But so the owner tells me that this car has been sitting for about 2 years at least. Have a look inside. It's very, like, please don't judge it by the condition it's in, because it is, you can see all the dog hair and grime, and I don't know if they had a paper mat there that melted or what, but there's pieces of the underneath in there, paperwork. I don't even know how to unlock it. I do not see an unlock button. That's very strange. Anyway, let's look in the back here. Can't really see the back seat. You see, he had put a carpet board on here. This is actually like plywood, and put carpet over it for his dog just so he didn't tear up the seats. So he says the back seat is in very good condition. I guess we'll just have to wait until we get it open before we believe or disbelieve that. Anyway, look around in here. Very dirty. Hopefully we can get this cleaned up. So if you were looking really forward to more episodes about the 1969 Chevy van, I have to apologize to you, but this was a deal I feel like I would have been crazy to pass up. Oh, the door won't open. Yeah, I feel like I'd be crazy to pass this deal up, just because this thing fixed is, I don't know what happened here. This must be from the dog. Gosh, man. I don't know if there's anything I can even do to fix that. So anyway, just to give you an idea of the deal as I'm looking through the trash here. I had paid $4,500 for the van. Now I think I got a great deal on the van because I bought it not running. It would not move when we got it. So once we got it to the point where it was drivable, which I think I'm going to make this one video, so hopefully you just watch that video and you know that you saw me drive it. It is drivable. The van, I mean, I think is worth, if I were to sell it, I would have listed it at like 7 or 8, probably. Like try to get at least 7 for it. So it would have been a pretty nice profit since we really spent nothing to get it running. I think we bought a few, you know, tiny parts from AutoZone, but nothing significant. See, the Mini starts right up. Now on the Mini, don't know if you can see that, but the mileage, 120,550. You see the check engine light is on. I don't really know anything about this car, so this is really the first time I'm looking at it with you guys. So trying to see here if the windows work. It's stuck, but it works. And that one's also stuck. Let's see if it breaks loose. There we go. Windows work. All the windows work. Spectacular. See, the leather is in pretty good condition. I mean, it's dirty, but I don't see holes. It's got a navigation system, I guess. See, we got Tapestry of Spies, Stephen Hunter, Brilliance Audio on compact disc. I don't know what the hell that is, so we'll put that back in there. So anyway, I don't know if I even finished. I'm so excited and paying attention to what I'm doing here, but the van was $4,500. This was not running, sitting up on blocks, and my mechanic got it running, and we did an even trade. He wanted the van. He was excited about fixing up the van. Lots of bad messages on here. Here's the gas gauge. You can see it's got a little less than a quarter tank in it. It has actually run flat tires. So it must have a monitoring system. I guess the sensors are probably bad from sitting that long. And then the check engine light also is on, and it says stop carefully. Run flat tires with RCS symbol. You can continue driving at a max of 50 miles per hour for a limited distance. Refer to, let's see if that goes down any for owner's manual. Note adjusting the pressure. I don't know if there's a way you go to the next page of that, or it looks like it says more than that. Like I said, folks, I'm sorry, it's also saying engine malfunction, reduced power. So I mean, I don't want to make it like we got the deal of the century here. There's definitely some things that are going to have to be dealt with, but I was trying to figure out how to turn the radio on to see if it even worked, but I'm not having much luck with that. Here's the door lock button. They lock when the door's shut. They wouldn't lock with the door open. Kind of weird. Like, I don't even know. I'll sound stupid to the camera here, but I don't even know where the radio is. So you got, that's like a driving light button. Window locks. There's a sport mode. Traction control off. So here's all the windows and the lock in the middle. Looks like heated seats. So I feel like a real dummy here, but I cannot figure out how to turn on the radio in any way. I can't figure out how to. It's not a touchscreen, I don't think. I don't know how you're supposed to push those buttons. Here's the cruise control. Yeah, I'd say something is not working here. Cause I don't, oh, down here. Oh, it's down here in the center. Down here. I actually am moving stuff here. Let's hit the home button. Okay, so I've done too much recording today. My GoPro died. I had to actually switch over to my phone. So, let's see. This says, engine operating at reduced output, possible to continue. Drive with caution. Have system checked by nearest mini center. So that's not good. We'll just go with not good on that. Okay, so here's where everything is. It's got navigation, telephone, radio, multimedia, vehicle info. After sitting for 2 years, let's see what this says. Vehicle status. That sounds interesting. Okay. That's not great. Oh, so I can reset these. Maybe I should reset them because the tires were off of it and that probably has made it go crazy. So it says service required, check control. Let's see what check control is. Engine malfunction, set date and time, and resetting TPM. So let's click on this engine malfunction. Okay, that's the same thing it showed when it opened. When I first turned it on, that's the same information it gave then. So nothing new there. So anyway, as you can see, lots of things needing fixed here. Let's see if the CD player works, just out of curiosity. I don't know what that thing is that's in there, but gosh, I feel like I'm not smart enough to work the stereo. Let's just turn the radio on. Manual. No idea what I'm doing here. I still don't know where like the volume is. This little knob here, I guess maybe that's just for the navigation system. But I don't know how you turn the volume up. So I was trying to just see if it was even working. So I don't even know how you turn the volume up. You got this little dial here. I put it on a radio station. Nothing. I mean, a radio station that I know to work, 106.5. And nothing. I don't know. Anyway, I guess we have to assume maybe there's a problem with the radio, or I'm just too dumb to make it work. But for the time being, I'm going to end this video. We will have lots and lots more content later on the Mini Cooper. I just realized I don't even think I told you what year it was, and I'm not even sure I know. I'd say it's, I don't know, 2010 to 14, in that range. But anyway, this was an even trade for the van. I'm really excited to see what we can do with it and get it back on the road. we're going to save this thing. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe the video, and you all have a nice day.